I'm down here at Embers on a Monday after a busy weekend, using up some leftovers. We've got some monkfish, which we defrosted yesterday after Stefan's takeover the other week, and nobody bought it. So sad times, I'm gonna have to have it for my lunch. So we're gonna make a real simple tray bake for the staff while they're kind of Mondays a day. We are open for coffee and cake, they're cleaning, they're kind of pottering around. So I just wanna give them something real tasty for lunch. So we've got a couple of red onions, we're just gonna bang them in half and into quarters and just chuck them in the tray. Now we're gonna roast these off in the Charlie before the fish goes in, because if we were to put the fish in straight away, it's gonna cook way before the veggies have had time to kind of break down, to get the smoky flavors that they're gonna get from the charcoal oven. So we've got some fresh tomatoes here, just chunk up some texture. Right, courgette, bang in season again. Aubergine, not everyone's favorite. Personally, I love it. We've got some chili oil in here. We've got a load of really, really amazing local tomatoes, some capers, some cornichons, some shallots, a little bit of salt, and a load of, I think I said chili oil already. But we're just gonna load that all over everything to kind of season it and to add some moisture, the oil it needs to be able to sort of roast properly. So I'm gonna get my hands in there and just literally massage that into everything. It needs to go in the oven for a little while. So let's drop her in. Right, so the Charlie we lit earlier is essentially like a normal oven, except we use charcoal rather than gas or electric, which means we can create smoky flavors. We dial in the temperatures just using the top and bottom vent, here and here. Okay, so we've got that ticking away there. Having that direct heat under here as well is really gonna help to evaporate all the liquid and intensify the flavor. So that's gonna go in like that, and then we're gonna add a lump of cherry wood to the charcoal. Look at this lovely blue smoke coming out the chimney. That's what we call clean smoke. Using great fuel, that cherry wood is gonna bring so much flavor. That there is gonna change the flavor of the whole dish. Right, we're gonna season up our lovely monkfish fillets now. I've got a kind of like, I guess it's Middle Eastern / Asian vibe kind of going on in this rub, which fennel, Szechuan pepper, white pepper, sugar, salt, a little bit of cumin, and some black pepper as well. We're just gonna rub that, just gently. So if we allow that seasoning to do the work now, it'll just add more flavor than it would if we were to throw it on and throw it straight into the oven. So I'm gonna use my meter, best dad ever it says, to the thickest part of that fish. And I think this is the thickest end of the two fillets. Okay, so that's in. Right, so we're just gonna hit, set up, cook. I'm cooking fish today. It's monkfish there. It's not, but it's a fillet. Right, and 53 is probably exactly where we want it, I would say, for sort of medium. So I'm gonna go with what the meter suggests. Hit start the cook. We're gonna make like a cheesy kind of herby flatbread thingy. 3 cups of flour. What should we make it for? Make a nice hole in the middle. Good pinch of salt. Teaspoon of baking powder, okay, in there. Absolutely love cumin in flatbreads, like cumin seeds. They're gonna give it that Middle Eastern vibe that we've been working on all the way through it. And we're also gonna go in with some fresh herbs. We've got just a bit of rosemary and a little bit of parsley as well. So in that well, so we're gonna go soft cheese in there. I'm gonna go for 2 big old scoops of soft cheese. Put a little bit of water on there, and now just start to sort of try and break the cheese down a little bit. Just work that for a minute. Just turn it over with my fingers. Now I can feel there's enough moisture in there. I reckon that's gonna come together nicely. Like, it should feel like Play-Doh, all right? And then what we're gonna do, remove the bowl. So a little bit of flour in the cup, on the deck there. And then we're just gonna work it. Now, it's important that you knead it for sort of 5 minutes or so, because that will help to stretch the gluten, which will make the dough sort of stronger. You'll get a better result. Got the herbs running through it. All right, all good. What do now is stick that over the top, and that makes sure it doesn't dry out until we're ready to roll it out. So we're gonna have a little look. Oh yes, mate. Whoa. Look at that. So what I'm gonna do now, just gonna give it a little turn over, extra color, 5 more minutes. Happy days. Okay, after that turnover, we've reduced the veggies again. There we go. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of red wine, just to kind of deglaze the outside of the pan and make sure that we've got enough liquid to support our fish. Fillets just go on the top like that. Gonna cook from below and then sort of smoke from above. Small piece of cherry wood this time. Don't over smoke anything. There we go. In we go. And then the meter will tell us when it's done. Bingo. Boom. Let's go. We're ready. Oh, mate. Look at that. Because it's meaty, it's a muscle, it's going to need to rest. So the meter's telling us it's going to take 3 minutes, which gives me enough time to knock up the flatbreads and pull it all together. Whilst we wait for the monkfish to rest, I'm just going to knock up these flatbreads. So the dough we made earlier just sat here. So I'm just going to chop this into like 8 pieces. So a little bit of flour on the top so I can handle it easy enough, and then just take out a section, just roll it around on the deck. Just keep rolling one way and then the other. I don't want to go too thin with these. I want them to kind of puff up and be able to mop up the sauce, you know. Lovely garlic infused rapeseed oil. Laying them down flat on here. I don't expect they're going to take very long at all. Right, you've got that direct heat underneath them, so I'm going to stick with it. I expect they're going to take a minute, minute and a half maybe. Not very long. Oh, look at those. The oil's all sunk in, so I'm just going to flip them over now onto the other side. So easy, beautiful. Another minute and a half or so. You're just not going to get results like that with a normal oven. And let's repeat. You can already see the juices pouring out of that. Boom. Look how juicy and perfectly cooked that is. I can never guess that, you know, especially with cooking with fire. You know, the coals can run hotter one day or the other. You know, it's not the same as putting it in a conventional oven. Even that thing was shooting up and down a little bit because I'm just getting used to it. But temperature does not lie, right? So if you cook to temperature, not to time, every time, you'll get results like this every time. Beautiful. Just going to turn all of that over again now, because this is going to be what we kind of like put down as almost like a base, like a tapenade for the fish to sit on. Just going to load up these beautiful veggies on that flatbread. I'm just going to take probably 3 really chunky pieces of fish there. And then if we can squeeze some of the juices, we can actually. Some of the juices out the pan, scraping them out, just a little bit over the top, kind of just to season that fish. And then I'm gonna just get it down me for the purposes of just making sure it tastes good for everybody. You know, before I give it to the staff and for you guys, I'm gonna get the first bite. Oh. Monkfish is just the best. So good. The spices on there are great. Yeah, the sugar isn't too much. I'm getting so much acidity coming through. You notice I didn't squeeze any lemon or anything on there. We've already got gherkins. We've already got capers in the sauce that went in at the start. You know, it's all there, like everything you need. So many flavors from all those veggies cooked down, the smoke, of course. And then these flatbreads, it's like a sort of like soft pillow of garlic bread. It's amazing. Give it a go. It's real good. all that monkfish. Beautiful. More parsley for those guys, just because I'm showing off really. Just want it to look good. And for you guys, that's the better side. I'm gonna go with a little bit more garlic oil as well, just because we really reduced those veggies down. And that's it. Guys, grubs up. Come get some. Boom.